And then after you guys make your final decisions, just let me know what order you want to present them tonight, so I can make the slideshow.
Okay.
And I'll make it to your specifications.
Okay.
Success.
Yes. What a nice person we are. Right where you left me.
Okay, do you know where you want to start?
Maybe just the architecture, maybe. Biggest group, right?
So our goal right here with the is to, these are all the maybes?
This is just architecture maybe.
Architecture, maybe.
So we go kind of through the category of the maybes, and then if there's anyone, which I think usually, we can go through very, very quickly, because we already have enough finals, enough yeses. So we're going to go back through the yeses, just whether any of the maybes, like one or two out of the whole deck.
Success. What a relief.
Yay!
Aren't
people in Washington nice?
They are so nice.
Fantastic.
I'm just not surprised. That
was apologizing. I said, "It's not your." He said, "I should have seen it for you." I was like, "That's so nice."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. You had a good experience.
Thank you very much. Now I actually have markers.
And look at that, less than 10 minutes.
Okay, this is good because there are actually some in here you'd not be happy to hear me say that I felt like.
Actually,
Yeah, I
at
think
least
that
one
this is
that I
very
still
quickly.
really
Are
like.
good.
Yes or no.
One or two.
Can we start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So start. You want to start at the bottom. Or
Yes.
You
So
wanna-
these either become no.
Do you want to
Get
put
rid of
these
them?
in as, or did it work well to use the kind of the previewer rather than?
That'd be nice to have that.
Sure. Okay, so this is the first maybe.
Yeah. I don't.
I was still a no on this one.
Yeah, I don't think this rose up to the top.
No.
I agree, no.
I think it can go to no.
Same.
Given what we saw. I mean, given City Center, for instance, and the
Yeah.
KPF building, which are fairly similar, but that's another subject.
So the only thing about this one is that it did sort of strike on that typology conversation about, expanding it within a neighborhood and keeping the historical reference in the front. But my only issue with it is that I think they could have gone further with the front.
Did they touch the front at all?
Not,
Yeah,
well, they
it's still
carved
not
the
even
building
really
out.
Clear what they did.
Is there a plan?
I have to say the back is, from the inside, is really, framed very well, and the landscape is done very well in a very small site.
But my take is that we have
Some really
the
good
vapor and we have another one too.
Yeah, I think we have some pretty stellar.
And we have the.
Well, they're different.
Got it, okay.
Yeah, but
I can pass.
yeah, they're different in
Yeah.
And
the
this isn't
project
breaking
type, but-
too much ground that I see.
Okay.
All right, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm
Same
sorry.
here.
Yeah.
Nope.
Right.
And here again, when I see the other two office projects that we're doing
Right.
that are already in,
I agree.
I'm not feeling like I want to move this over. It's a really nice project.
Yeah, I think it's a very nice project as well, and it respects the Neutra or the Breuer, but
Actually, you know what? It's fairly clever too. That wall in response to the brutalist building.
Yeah, I thought it had a great presence on the site, but it doesn't top the others.
what do you think, Michael?
This one, we see, for me it's particular here, but we see very many of these type of buildings in New York, especially now on the west side, that kind of twist and turn, very subtle ways. But overall, I think that the ones that we have in yes are stronger. So I could let this pass.
Okay. That's a no.
Same here.
All right, so
Same
we've
here.
got the monster. I have quite an average.
I really like this project, but the one thing that gets me is that solid. Well, now I can see it on the right.
what?
The solid wall, where the core, you would think the core would be in the solid massing, not in the glass block massing.
Could you just go back to the early studies? Right there. I mean, there were, for me, more interesting early studies. I mean, now that the back of the building, I thought that just because of that one image, that back of the building was just blank. There was something that was just so abstract about that. But in fact, it's not. So this one is the only, super high rise that's in the category.
It's a powerful form. It reads beautifully in the landscape, particularly that one photo of just the kind of the monolith
Right.
looking at it. I mean, that's really evocative.
Very distinct.
This is always a difficulty with towers, in that there's somewhat of a disconnection between kind of the use of the floor plate and kind of the functional organization of the plan. And in this one, it's such a strong diagram that you want the functionality of the plan to somehow be driven by that basic organization of the facade, and it's not. I mean, it's totally separated from it, and that's the difficulty I have with it.
Can
I mean,
we
it would
go
have
to
been beautiful if
photographs,
it was
please?
these cores that held this crystalline, office loft.
I think I'm really taken with it as a piece of sculpture.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's pretty powerful.
Yes.
But then, the next question I have is,
Here, the next one. Okay, no, sorry, just waiting.
is there a mechanical on that intermediate roof? Is there and is the lifted roof just purely sculptural, or is there
Yeah, hard to know.
I don't think there's anything.
I mean, if there was an observation tower or something, or observation level or something up there, I mean, I could give it some
I
more
think it's
credence.
just pure.
The other thing, which, if I could offer, just for conversation, I know it's going all the way back to the section. The section is just very conventional. There's no interplay from what I saw within the section. And now, of course, regardless of the sculptural quality of the building and landscape, which I agree it's striking, I mean, it's, in effect, it's like the UN also. I can look at this in the UN.
Yeah,
in a
that's what
similar-
I think about. Mm-hmm.
Similar way. And the fact that it goes all the way down to the ground, there's no real, it is just a tower. There's something that's very strong with it. But it doesn't seem, unless I'm wrong, have a lot of interior interplay. And I'll just take an
I think you're probably right.
view, which is, we worked with the Art Mangles group on a few projects, and not that I'm using him as in any event. The interiors are more very, very inventive. It goes back to all of the recent buildings of the towers of the last 15 years in London. Some of the most innovative sort of towers, not only in sustainability and design for excellence, etc. But the interior programs were so much more about the building in terms of internal atriums or whatever. And it looks like this one is a pretty straightaway floor-by-floor building.
Yeah.
Could you go to the one slide that shows what their sustainability strategies are? I mean, it's kind of an ironic or an anomaly when you think about these huge towers in terms of sustainability. I think there were two, so 25%. So the only thing I'm thinking about, and I'm mentioning this, is